Hello, I'm Steve Monkey Mason, and welcome to Eddie Murphy, The Good, the Bad, and the What the Fox, Volume 2. So, what am I doing? Right. So, I'm kind of holy, aren't I? So the first one is Holy Man. Right, so I've just been on an epic rant. I've just done an unboxing for Therapy. Didn't even know I'd just done an unboxing for the one and only Mitch Laddie for Wave Illusion. Didn't know how to unbox that. Just done a one about my lava lamp, technically. But we're talking about Eddie Murphy. So in the last one we saw the stuff like Beverly Hills Cop, and we saw stuff like Showtime into Bowfinger. And in the mid to late 90s, Eddie Murphy was popping up in a few things. And one of the things he popped up is in Holy Man. There we go. Now, Holy Man was bought in between the last one. There we go. Eddie Murphy, hands up. Eddie Murphy, I think for the very first time, rocking a skinhead as well. Now, there's one thing about that, is you want to talk about Eddie Murphy doubling up, like he did with Robert De Niro, or the fact that you double up a lot of people like I Spy, we'll get to that later on. But again, it's very same time, I think, as well, Martin Lawrence. Eddie Murphy, Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum was just coming off the back end of Lost World. Being in Jurassic Park, he had literally been around the entire 80s. Eddie Murphy, Jeff Goldblum, I think it should have done Independence Day. Eddie Murphy, Jeff Goldblum. I'm not a huge Jeff Goldblum fan, but again, that would have been a better selling point. It rocks that late 90s, very stripped of colour, 2 pictures, tongue tickling days. It's a PG. It's a weird one. It is a weird one. So we don't know the story. Jeff Goldblum is struggling. He is a network executive. He's in charge of the shopping channel. His job is to sell stuff. Like me going, hey, today you want to check out the Jaws collection. Only got it for $9.99 right now. Come down, and all that kind of stuff. You need this in your life. You need to unbox it. That's exactly what I've done today. I needed that. Or you need the band Therapy in your life. Check out the Therapy album right now. It's available right now in the gatefold of the guys. So yeah, basically that's his job, and he's not doing a very good job of it. The guy from Two and a Half Men's in this as well. There's a couple of people you recognise, you go, hey, it's you. But yeah, he's not doing too good, and hopefully he's going to get the axe. The axe is going to come down a bit like what women want. You know what I mean? He wants a raise, he wants a promotion, his car's getting repossessed or whatever. And his car breaks down on the motorway when he's working with his new partner, Kelly Preston. He's pretty hot. And next thing you know, here comes Eddie, playing G. He's walking along the streets, picking his robe up and stuff, like picking a robe up, just praying on the cross and stuff. And he meets him, and then after he sort of gets shoved off, he sort of passes out behind the car, and it's like, oh, he's got heat exhaustion, and Jeff says he's going to look after him. So anyway, G ends up going to work and then wanders on to the set while they're on the live show, and ratings start to spike a bit because he's got a lot of a different outlook on life. He's very religious. Is he God because he's called G or whatever? It's going down, and it sort of works a little bit for him. And next thing you know, they give him a shot. They go for the show because he literally walks from one set to the next set, cutting up stuff with a chainsaw. The people in the production who they're trying to get this done is quite well. The problem with this movie, it totally misfires. It isn't a fucking comedy. You know, it's a PG, so there's no like F-bomb and all that. Eddie Murphy, you know, he delivers this. Eddie, right, you're going to be a holy man in this. You're going to shave your head. You're going to walk around the robe. And he is quite funny, and then Jeff Goldblum really carries the movie. Again, Jeff Goldblum should be balanced, but it's sort of not. In the era of Truman Show, it's got a lot of music cues like Truman Show. It's got a lot of people like climax. Hey, look at this grass, and then like you've got a big montage of people like you did in the Truman Show when everyone comes to the point where the realization and stuff's going on. You've got a lot of people going out there looking at the grass, and everyone's like looking at the grass, and it just goes off. But it shows you like the media side. Now, I'd enjoy it a little bit because like there's a bit where he's zapping Chandler's mom with the zapper and stuff. So there is some little bits of comedy, not to warrant a full-blown comedy. So it's not a good film. I wouldn't say it's bad. I would say it's what the fuck. Because again, this is like a what the fuck. Eddie Murphy as a religious pilgrimage, selling stuff on the shopping network. Like what the fuck. So yeah, did fall asleep, but I did rewatch it. Touchstone Pictures as well. Touchstone no longer with us as well, but Eddie Murphy, Dr. Dolittle, again, stars with Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park, Kelly Preston, Jerry Maguire, and a refreshing comedy that elevates a shopping channel. as I say, it just felt really, really John Cryer. As I said, turn it off, man. But yeah, I ordered this on the last video, and I started watching Metro last night, so that's going to be the next one. So I'm going to finish watching Metro. Fucking cover. I'll be fucking ranting about that cover. But yeah, as I say, I do have Holy Man on VHS, I believe, still. I remember buying Holy Man and renting Holy Man as soon as it came out, and it's just a hiccup. It just doesn't fire. Again, if you classed it as a serious drama, and they really delved into G's, but again, it's G God, it's just a pilgrimage. It's just not laugh out loud comedy style. I mean, you could look at it and go, right, when he walks across the road, perfect, and then you look at Eddie Murphy run across the road in Bowfinger when he's and you're like, kind of seen that, and like the Bowfinger's where it should have went. So yeah, next video. Okay, the second entry into Eddie Murphy's The Good, the Bad and the What the Fox is Metro. Now, when Metro first came out, I was like, I'll check that out, because the cover, white down the side of the screen, that is badass. Explosion, tram at the front cover, Eddie Murphy pulling a bit of an evil face. Metro. Get rid of that. Now we've got that. You see that? Eddie Murphy holding his hands up. Really bad Photoshop gun. Metro. What the fuck is Metro? Excuse me. Like, seriously, what is Metro? He's not a Metropolitan copper. He doesn't work in the Metro Centre. Right, okay. So this should be Beverly Hills Cop 4. Simple as. This should be Beverly Hills Cop 4. Eddie Murphy's great in this. It's an R-rated film. It's an 18. He's fucking dropping the F-bombs, this and that. It's got a bit of a sinister thing. Michael Winslow, I want to say is his. The cousin from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. The bad guy in Crow. The pilot in Aliens Resurrection. The bad guy in Along Came a Spider. Oh, with a really croaky voice. That guy. So it's him. Then you got Michael Rappaport. Again, fresh breaking in. A couple of people you may recognise, including John McClane's friend from Die Hard 2, as well as the hobo in Trespass. He's in there. I'm sure the girl who Bruce Willis buys the passport and the Jackals, Eddie Murphy's girlfriend. So anyway, the story is basically much, he's a hostage negotiator. It shows you that at the start of the movie. The guy who is in Gotham, and also Deacon Frost's sidekick and Blade, he's in it, which is pretty cool to see him in it. I'm watching Gotham at the moment, that's why I was like, oh, that's him, pretty cool. And again, I was watching this and like, you know, it's Touchstone Pictures, which Touchstone also did Holy Man. Comes up with a weird, that weird fucking blind fucking dissolves at the start. Got like this blue font going on. And Eddie Murphy just talking shit basically at the start of the movie, which again, this would have worked. Is it like, not every Beverly Hills Cop had to be, because I'm kind of run down. We always want to see Axel Foley in Detroit, you know, the first two happening now, you know, again, I just think there should have been a Beverly Hills Cop. It should have been. I enjoyed that. I think it's one of Eddie Murphy's better films of the 90s, although the front cover is fucking terrible now on the DVD. There's an amazing stunt. Now, I don't know what came first. I want to say this did. Now, as much when it comes to style, the Rock, Ferrari, the Hummer Chase, the tram down San Francisco is amazing. This has a great stunt in it, and there's a lot of mint practical stunts in this. The tram chase in this is fucking class. The explosion at the end was bitching. It was just like, fucking hell, you know, this doesn't hold on any CGI. So basically, Eddie Murphy's friend gets killed, and he basically starts going after this jewel thief, who pretty much is just, you know, just a typical jewel thief. He ends up getting sentenced to jail and breaks out quite easy and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Michael Rappaport is a SWAT team, also trained to be a hostage negotiator. So he teams him up with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's also trying to get back with his girlfriend at the time as well. And, you know, it's quite sinister. It's almost like Sylvester Stallone taking a role in Detox. You know, it's got that little offbeat, but again, that would have worked really well for Axel Foley. Axel Foley trying to get back with his girlfriend. Once introduced a new partner. Again, why is it called Metro? But yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's still available. I think it's one of Eddie Murphy's best films from the 90s, really. Action wise, you know, it does pose him as a big action star. Again, it is a big stunt. There is some funny bits in it. Yes, there is. The F-bombs are all over the place. But if we go from that to Holy Man, you can kind of see that. He's even got like starting the little cornrows in his hair and that as well. But again, the front cover, I'm just bitching back in the day. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. So at the time of like Money Train and that era kind of films coming out. This one there. Program start. Opening credits. The Negotiator. The New Partner. The Dangerous Suspect. The Old Flame. Jewelry Heist. Lost in San Francisco. End of the Line. Garage Car. Diner Only. Training Session. Intruder. Trap for Two. Trip for Two. Rescue Operation. On the Bench in Tahiti. End credits. So yeah, it is set in San Francisco. There is some really good car chase stunts in it. At the time, great. You know, again, you look at that kind of film, and you look at Bad Boys, because Bad Boys came from Touchstone. And to be honest with you, I think The Rock might have. I don't think I've got The Rock handy enough on VHS or anything. I think The Rock was a Touchstone picture as well, which will be weird, you know, at the end of the day. No, Columbia TriStar was Bad Boys, but yeah, same era, you know. But yeah, bitchin' film actually, really enjoyed it. I don't know where bitchins came from tonight. When the explosion happened, to get bitchin', just this fucking truck, exploding barrels going everywhere. But yeah, I have no idea what's next. Eddie Murphy, I'm going to go in the other room, grab something and see what's going down in Groovetown. I don't even think I've got 10. I'm generally going to have to look through here and start like digging out 10 Eddie Murphy films. I could freestyle Haunted Mansion, but I'll have to revisit it. But yeah, see you in the next one. That was Metro. Good morning. Welcome to part 3 of Eddie Murphy's. Now, last night after Metro, I watched I Spy. Just having a look over there. Yes, that's what I watched. I was pretty drunk by the time it finished, because I was literally editing loads of stuff, and there was no, I was in no shape or form to like go on camera and go blah. So it's fucking really heavy. We'll get to this in a second. It's a really, really heavy VHS there. This was on VHS, if I'm corrected. So yeah, Owen Wilson, Eddie Murphy, again, the double team up. Obviously, I think Franklin, what's she called? Jensen. Frampy. It's the one there Stuggy got a picture of, and she was like over there. It's like the last from James Bond, don't get us wrong, she's absolutely desirable in that. Espionage with Attitude 12. Again, coming along, Eddie Murphy, double teaming Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson's done a lot. Owen Wilson's been obviously behind enemy lines. He's been in a lot of dramatic stuff like Bottle Rocket and stuff when he was younger. I think he's absolutely brilliant in the Night Museum. He's done a lot. It's actually a lot in here, like. So there we go. What was coming out that year? What was the best sellers? Godzilla, A Sixth Day, Desperado, Jurassic Park, Snatch. I actually watched Snatch the other night. I think Snatch is amazing. Again, just look at that. I mean, look at that. That's impressive, actually. So yeah, they were really, really pushing that. You don't get that anymore, do you? Fucking hell. Jesus. So yeah, the movie is pretty much Owen Wilson. Fucking hell. Talk about just a catalogue. I mean, Jesus. It's impressive, that. That is really impressive. And coming soon, Terminator 3. So that shows you how old it is. So anyway, Owen Wilson, basically, it's in the store at the start, and things don't go to plan. And Carlos, the main agent, so it's got like a 007 kind of thing, and Owen Wilson's getting ready to like for his new mission, and his mission is to team up with the boxer, forgetting his name, Eddie Murphy, playing the world heavyweight champion. I know he's 57 and all. Got the attitude. Eddie Murphy totally rocks this. You know, Eddie Murphy looks like I mean, he is slim in this, but again, look at Mayweather. Eddie Murphy just carries that character really well. The idea that he is being recruited along with his to go for the fight. Malcolm McDowell's the main bad guy, and it's all about finding out where this aeroplane is that can disappear and all this kind of stuff. And like the film goes on, and there's a boxing match, and there's a few comedy bits. There's a bit with the eyes, and they've got the gadgets, you know. But I did just clock out a lot of it last night. I mean, don't get us wrong, priority was what I was in, but the film really, like, normally when I'm doing these Good, the Bad and What the Fucks, and I'm multitasking by watching and editing at the same time, normally films do catch me off guard and I'll end up watching them and I pay quite a bit of attention. But like last night, I felt myself zoned out. There's a lot of forced humour in it. I think there's a lot of stuff where they're looking for the joke. The idea of Eddie Murphy, Owen Wilson right now in a James Bond spy movie, you know, it kind of, like, on paper it looks right. It's spent a lot of money on it. As I say, they're running around the aeroplane. Well, we're flying around the aeroplane by the end of it. But again, the middle just dead hazy. I mean, I did have 6 cans of Heineken last night, but I just couldn't warrant it. It definitely got in the bad category. I'm sorry, but like, there's a good, the bad, and there's a what the fuck. And again, it's kind of the Eddie Murphy team up with Owen Wilson. He's running after the girl. There's a double cross on that. There's a massive scene where they're locked up and they're spilling the beans, and like they're getting to know each other a bit better, because there's a lot of like, I'm not your friend, you're my friend, the kind of stuff going on there. But again, I think Eddie Murphy though delivers in it. He's playing a boxer, the spy, the attitude kind of thing, so it works well. But I'm going to put it in the bad category for this one. I'm going to get another one watched. I need to dig some more out, so it could be, I mean, Haunted Mansion's definitely going to have to be on this because it's on the shelf. I've been looking around for a safe haven, but me goal with this one is I can't buy any, because I should have, I think I need another 4 Eddie Murphy movies. I mean, Coming to America's here, so there's the safe one. Coming to America's right there. Right where my finger is. But yeah, pretty much a bad film, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm trying to remember the middle of it, and it's just not there. Like, the guy comes down, Mission Impossible style, Eddie Murphy walks in, hey, what's up? The trap. What trap? You know, it's flooding back to us a bit. Right, see you in the next one. Okay, welcome to part 4. And we have green light because I got the top on. Oh no. Yeah, I just watched Haunted Mansion. Now, I've seen this twice, maybe this year. Stuck it on randomly one night, and then it's been back on there. So it's a Walt Disney film based off the ride. Obviously trying to capitalise on how well Pirates of the Caribbean done. I've never been on the ride. I've been to Walt Disney before. I might have been on the ride. I don't really remember it. So there's been a lot of elements thrown in this film that were familiar with the ride, but I've just actually listened to the commentary. As I say, I remember the film, and it's like The Fog, and like, not the original Fog, but like the whole conspiracy of like, oh, she looks like a ghost, it was my wife, and all that. It's just like, right, whatever. I mean, it works for Disney film, didn't work for the Fog remake, that's for sure. But Eddie Murphy, Walt Disney, big paycheck. There's a lot of like writing, rewrites going on there. Listen to the comedy there. The end shot with the fucking road. Like, oh, that looks great. And I said, oh yeah, the road's 23 miles long. We blocked it down, filmed it with a helicopter, but then filled the car in, and people in the car were fucking CGI. And you're thinking, you spend all that money and then you just paintbrush it, and that's one of the biggest problems with the film. There's so much CGI in this. The idea of a haunted house looked like The Haunting with Liam Neeson. Again, talking about Owen Wilson. There's another film he was in before he had a big breakout, but like a haunted house movie. Especially the secret stairwells and all that, you know, it does have great potential if it's done right, but they just flopped this. Casper's in it, Cash Pot from the Double OK, the guy who plays Rex in Toy Story. His creepy little voice, he's in there as well. But nah, it's in the bad. It's a bad film. I mean, it's great for Eddie Murphy, Walt Disney, you know, I mean, big, like, would have been huge. Like, I don't remember it, but when it came out, but that would have been huge. It would have been huge all over Disney. They would have really, really pushed it. Jennifer Tilney's in there. Fucking singing Heads. One of them with the voice that joins out. But so much reshoots and refilmings, and 5 or 6 different people working on the script and stuff, and Again, the house CGI, but nah. Sorry, like, but nah, it's a bad one. That one. That's all I've really got to say about it. Really. I'm going to see what the next one is. It's either going to have to be the Nutty Professor or Norbit. It's going to be one of them two. Just remember, Call Me Dolomites on Netflix, so might get round to that if I get struggling. But I do plan on like looking and going, right, Eddie Murphy, where are you? I'm looking for you. Right, I'll see you in the next one. Hello, welcome to entry 4 in Eddie Murphy. Just watched Haunted Mansion today, and now The Nutty Professor. Now, The Nutty Professor came along. I am absolutely shocked that this is a 12, by the way. There's no F-bombs, but there's a few N-bombs. I forgot how funny this film is. It's a remake, Jerry Lewis, the original Nutty Professor. And again, Eddie Murphy would follow this up with Dr. Dolittle. Just looking for Dr. Dolittle 2 there. I can see Come to America on VHS. I think Eddie Murphy is absolutely brilliant in this. This is one of Eddie Murphy's best performances. Not only playing Sherman Clump and Buddy Love, but playing the rest of the clumps, including the fitness instructor. Absolutely brilliant. Going back to the roots of Coming to America, where he would play a lot of other characters. He's done that also in is it Vampire in Brooklyn? I think it is. Wes Craven film. There's a what the fuck when we get to that. That's buried somewhere down there. But Eddie Murphy, he's a chameleon. I watched a film recently with Marlon Wayans called Six Tilwits. I don't know why it was called that, but there were 6 twins, triplets, quadruples, 6 tuplets. Not sextuplets, but 6 tuplets. And Marlon did a really good job of that. But this again, how this was done and when it was done, the composites of putting Eddie Murphy, especially around the table with the clumps, and then you've got the whole King Kong references when he's running around. I think it's just absolutely hilarious. I say there's a load of laugh out loud moments. It's about 30 to 40 minutes before the Buddy Love character turns up, which is just Eddie Murphy absolutely hyped. I think he carries so much weight, and I don't mean that pun intended with the makeup. But the whole Sherman voice and the deep voice and these characteristics are really, really good in that. And then to just go 100 miles an hour with the Buddy Love character, especially playing the grandma, it's just fantastic how it comes down. Great music skews. The film looks like it's been a lot of fun. As I say, there's elements of not only King Kong but then Rocky. Dave Chappelle as well, absolutely brilliant in it. The build up with Dave Chappelle at the start and how nasty it is for them to come back with the Buddy Love character, and it's just really, really funny. Again, I'm shocked it's a 12. As I say, there's no F-bombs, but there's a few N-bombs in it. And as I say, it was just absolutely brilliant. I remember when it came out, and again, the clumps. I don't think I ever picked up the clumps. I've seen the clumps once. Obviously, we'll revisit that. It won't be in this one, as I say. As I say, I'm powering through this. This is the 5th one, 4th one. That's the 5th one, yeah. So yeah, Holy Man, Metro, I Spy, Nutty Professor. So there's the first 5. We'll track down the clumps for the next volume of Eddie Murphy films. I think the next one's going to have to be Norbit, but again, that's another one where Eddie Murphy's doubled up. I don't even want to start looking for Vampire in Brooklyn. I won't have to have a look around. But yeah, if you were doing a top 10 Eddie Murphy movies, that would definitely be in everyone's top 5 for how good it is. Do you know what I mean? Just one of those ones. I might watch Coming to America next, actually, because that is my favourite Eddie Murphy movie, just for nostalgia, really. But yeah, awesome movie, awesome. Probably will get a remake. Because you think, oh, it's not going to get a remake. Dr. Dolittle's just had a remake last year, or this year, with Robert Downey Jr. So, like, you look at the films like that and you think, Jesus, you know what I mean? Remakes and remake, saying on the start of that, like, it's based on the movie by Jerry Lewis, and you think, oh yeah, it's a remake, and then you think, shit man, films are getting remade again. On the rant. See you next bit. You can't even see it. Right, so up here you can just see Coming to America VHS, and I actually can't reach that. So yeah. Okay, right. Coming to America is the next Eddie Murphy movie. I've just had a blast watching it. Loads of extra features on it. The Blu-ray cover's terrible. I think that's absolutely appalling. Compared, if you set the screen down, that's the original cover. So like a Juice Juicing probably is. Get rid of that. There's a lot of production behind this. John Landis, who done American Werewolf in London, Animal House and stuff. I think Trading Places maybe as well. You know, basically Eddie Murphy had this idea of a film called The Quest, and then basically it manifested from there. Saturday night comedy, he wanted to do something a bit. And then Rick Baker came along. John Landis was very offended by somebody on television one night, and he wanted to make Eddie Murphy an old white Jewishman. And Rick Baker got involved, and when Rick Baker got involved, he found out that Eddie Murphy could be in so many different characters, along with Alcel Hall, who didn't really, I mean, he's a big personality presenter in America. That's why you don't see a lot of them in the films. Coming to America 2 has disappeared off Eddie Murphy's IMDb, although it still exists. Wesley Snipes is going to be in it, along with pretty much the entire cast. Even Louis, the guy who works at McDowell's, is back in the second one. I'm guessing that has been shut down through lockdown. So again, it looks like it's one of the ones where they'll be picking up later on, I think. But anyway, I first seen this movie taped off the television by my late granddad. We used to always watch it. And then when I bought the VHS, which you see at the start, at the very top, the shit, every fucking swear would you imagine. And my granddad was absolutely mortified by it when I bought it. Because it was one of those ones where it had adverts all the way through it, and I think you missed half the start. I love the start of the movie with the Paramount, Paramount, it pans over the top, it comes down into Zamunda. It's fucking weird green text as well. And like great matte paintings, and it's just a well-made movie. I think casting's been really done. I do think the other sister's more attractive than the other sister he goes for, but some of the stuffs. I mean, Samuel Jackson's in this in a small role. Cuban Gooding Jr.'s in it in a non-speaking role. Sexual chocks at Randy Watts and Eddie Murphy is absolutely brilliant and great as well. How they did the stuff with them all playing multiple characters, and they did no trickery, no green screen, blue screen, no composites. It's all just been really well thought out with stand-ins, which is really good. It's really funny, very memorable. And I just had a blast. I can't wait for the second one. Hopefully it'll pick up in production. When I was going down to IMDb as well, Meet Dave. I'm sure it's quite handy. Oh, it was. It's gone. I just started digging out. Need to dig. Dig. Eddie Murphy Delirious VHS, small box. I'm not pulling that out of there. No, don't be doing that. So I need to think. Think. I don't have to buy a few. I think I might. What's this? 6. Is this the 6th one? It's fucking mental because I only started this the other day. I haven't even edited the Corey Feldman one yet. There's probably additional film in doing that because I actually haven't got there. It's been all those outtakes. So, yeah, we're on 6, so only got 3 more to go. Meet Dave. Somewhere. Morbid. And maybe Vampire in Brooklyn or whatever I can dig out the cupboard. Right, not Ghostbusters. See you in the next bit. Hello. Now, you could truly have a lot of fun with this video. You really could. For a review random, you could go up the top. But I've literally been powering along. In memory of music video is mastering in the background. That's been the better part of my day. I've watched another Eddie Murphy movie. This one was Meet Dave, and it was down there. I just remember it's a very similar story. I don't know if it was in the Bean or the Dandy as a kid. The idea of people living inside of a body and fixing stuff. I don't know why the fuck it's got featuring Dr. Doolittle's Eddie Murphy. Fucking hell. Eddie Murphy needs no fucking introduction. Especially in the fucking mid 2008, yeah. Mid 2000s. PG. I've just laughed quite out loud. I mean, Kevin Hart's in this, Scott Caan's in this. It's quite Elizabeth Banks. Fucking crazy legend Hollywood driver as the taxi driver, really. Guy gets shot in Predator 2. He's actually in Predator 1 as well. You know what I'm about. I'll call him Eddie, but he's not called Eddie. But yeah, mental movie. It's just so many funny things about this. It is a what the fuck movie, like, to be honest with you, because like it's a spaceship. It look like Eddie Murphy and little Eddie Murphy inside of it as well, along with like it's almost like a parody of Star Trek, and they've got the command deck, and it's all going down in Rooftown as he lands in New York, and basically, you know, meets a family looking for this orb to absorb all the water. There's some really funny bits, especially like when they're searching Yahoo, and it's a cat and he boots the cat. It's just really funny comical time, and the voices, but it's weird, like, because they get there and they don't know how to talk. Well, they're talking real inside, and it's just like, well, you just but everyone operating arms and broken feet and stuff like that. So it goes in the what the fucks for what it is. You know, it's, again, you can kind of see, I mean, Dr. Dolittle was a massive hit, the fast track Dr. Dolittle 2, and this is going to follow along as well. The CGI hasn't aged very well. There's a bit there at the end when Kevin Hart gets reunited and he's waving, and it literally looks like his nose disappears when he turns his head, as they all pop out the mouth and like having a conversation. Yeah, it's got some really funny bits in it. But again, it's just kind of like, what the fuck, man. I mean, you're kind of looking for the hook. But again, if you look at the era of Eddie Murphy, just as like kind of is the Dr. Dolittle, is the kind of like these high paid. I mean, you cannot say that Eddie Murphy's ever made a straight to DVD film when you think about it. Like, I know I haven't seen 1,000 Words. I even imagine that they all had like releases. You know, Eddie Murphy has never made a director fucking. I mean, Mr. Church has never seen the light of day over here on physical media. But like, I'm just saying, like, I mean, is today now is straight to DVD also straight to Netflix, like Dolomite. But yeah, as I say, it's just finished there. As I say, some funny music cues in it, some great parodies, and just great funny like a montage as well. When he at the start before he gets run over and stuff, there's just great things where he's walking around and like smiling at people, and especially when he photo bombs them and he's just like, and then the guy who says, he's like, when he's watching him kiss, you gotta take a picture, so he just like doesn't do the whole Rick Mail. I've got a photographic memory. He just eyes just flash like that, and it's quite funny. But yeah, that was Meet Dave. It's been Coming to America, The Nutty Professor, Haunted Mansion, and then I filmed I Spy this morning. So it's just gone 9 o'clock, so I'm going to try and get another film in tonight. It'll have to be morbid. Aye, that one. And then I'm going to have to literally search for another Eddie Murphy movie. I'm going to have to think. I mean, I can see, I mean, I've got Raw 25th anniversary somewhere. You can definitely chuck that one in. I'm sure I've got Vampire in Brooklyn. I've got stuff like Boomerang and The Distinguished Gentleman on VHS, but when I look at the video tower over there, I can see Dr. Dolittle 2. I can see so right, so I've got 2 Coming to Americas, because there's the one up there and then there's the one sticking out the side there. I can see Delirious. Yeah, I'll have to wait and see. I'm just definitely think the next one will be morbid. Oh yeah, you know, see the next one. Oh right, it's 11:15 at night. I've literally about 5 times I've went to stand up to actually record this. Keep forgetting about it because I'm breaking my foot and shit. Just watch Norbit. Let's call it Norbit. I hadn't seen it before. I thought I had, but then I think I might have started watching it and then never finished it. And to be honest with you, I mean, 5 Eddie Murphy films a day. I've been talking to Mitch and he was going, oh, which ones? And it's been a bit of a weird trip, you know, like, if you think about Coming to America, when Rick Baker first put this makeup on and made him like an old white Jewish man, to the performance he did with the clumps and the Nutty Professor, to now this, and this has obviously been sold as Eddie Murphy as the man and the woman, but the oversized one. But it doesn't sell the fact that Eddie Murphy also plays an old Chinaman as well, which again, he's absolutely brilliant in that. It's great to see Marlon Wayans in this, since I mentioned Marlon Wayans before, and it's also awesome to see Cuba Gooding Jr. in it. Cuba Gooding Jr. got a small role in Coming to America. That his part got cut, his one line. Cuba Gooding Jr. would also go on to take over Eddie Murphy in Daddy Take Care. That's something I thought I had, but I haven't. I'm literally over tonight, so now I need to sort of, like, there's no more Eddie Murphy movies today because I haven't got anything handy to watch. I'm going to have to dig for something. Or take the shortcut out and just buy something tomorrow at work. There you go, there's number 10. Ding, or look on Netflix, or I mean, let's say Dolomites on Netflix. So I don't know, but anyway, I didn't really super enjoy this. There's a lot of CGI, and especially the bit where she goes down the slide and she goes flying through. You could just, I mean, it looks quite funny, but then it's so bad. There's a lot of funny jokes. I think this could have been done with being a 15. There is a lot of physical stunts in this. Eddie Murphy just looked weird as shit with no mustache. I mean, I don't think there's many films where he hasn't got a tash. Like everything, he's always got that Eddie Murphy tash. Like, I think that's one thing that looks weird in this. I think he's good as, like, he's mint as the Chinaman. But again, you can just see, you know, when not disrespect to Eddie Murphy, because the Nutty Professor was really cool, but Martin Lawrence came along and did the Big Mama's House, and that's the kind of where I think that was going as well. So I don't know. The story, he's an orphan. He falls in love with a girl who's an orphan. She gets adopted, and then he falls in love with another girl who's got 3 big brothers. She becomes big, and he sort of had a life of being a recluse and that. I mean, there's a lot of funny bits in it, physical, but it's just all, I don't know. It looks like it was filmed at the same place Groundhog's Day was. Groundhog's Day, and I don't know. It's 5 Eddie Murphy movies in a row. My brain is frazzled. Absolutely frazzled. But yeah, a lot of people really asked for this, and yeah, it's got a big following, but of course the milkshake was going to play. Eddie Griffin and the guy as well. The guy who plays the pimp in Friday After Next. Terry Crews, couldn't take Terry Crews seriously with hair. He's still bald, but he's got like a hairline cut in. I was like, what the fuck? Nah, I would put it in the bad pile. Again, there's good, there's bad, and there's what the fucks, and it's not a touch on the Nutty Professor. Eddie Murphy, the Chinaman. Yeah, it's gotten in the bad pile, unfortunately. I do apologise. I've literally run out of steam. I'm off to bed to watch Deadwood, I think. I'm gonna have nightmares about Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. What a day. I've done loads of stuff though. It's not like I've sat and watched 5 Eddie Murphy movies. I've finished my music video for Obsessive Compulsive. I've done my therapy unboxing. I've done my Mushroom Cloud video. And I've started editing The Good, the Bad, and the What the Fucks with Corey Feldman. I've done about 4 different parts. It's always weird, actually. Let's fill this rant up a bit. It's like like old school, and you used to have a big tape, and so you got a digital camera, you just drag and drop the green files, or the big tape when you used to master them and render them and you name the files. That's fine. So that'll be like Zombie King. These days it's just all fucking code. I just look at numbers and go, right, what's that? Click, click, click. Right, okay. And when I do the Good, the Bad, what the fucks, it's like I picked it up and I managed to pick out about 15, because you got to think of, like, there's not many outtakes, or like, I don't normally tend to edit or trim. I just go for it, and that's it. That's the best thing about The Good, the Bad, and the What the Fucks. They are long-winded spills about films, but you don't have to bang a 3-minute review. So if you fuck it up, you fuck it up, and that normally makes it better, you know. So anyway, just for example, I'm trying to work out which one goes first, and I managed to pick the first and the last. So I'm trying to work out the middle now. And there's always the fear, and the Nicolas Cage, recently with the Colour of Outer Space review. There's always that fear that I've deleted it, because obviously when you record a podcast, you got a lot of we film them as well. You free up a tape, and sometimes have I backed everything up? And you're like, oh fuck. Not very often, so it slips through. I'm ranting, I'm tired, but yeah. See you in the next one for the final Eddie Murphy one. I'll have a look to see what I've got, or I might just cash it in. I don't know what's next. I have no fucking idea. I'll see you in the next one. Stop right there. Right, I'm about to rant about the 10th film. And then I'm going to come back and talk about the 10th film. Because a few weeks later, I'm trying to put this Eddie Murphy video together and realise that maybe there's not 10 films. Maybe there isn't. Maybe someone's texting me. So I'm going to keep up with the 10th film. Guess what it is? Right, I'll see you back after the 10th. Hello, and welcome to the final Eddie Murphy. Right, fuck off phone. Right, yesterday I watched The 5. I kept this t-shirt in this room, just chucked it on coming in from work. I've checked one out tonight and finished it up. The quickest turnaround I think I've ever done for The Good, The Bad and The What The Fucks. All 10 reviews have been filmed in the last 72 hours. I've just watched Vampire in Brooklyn on Amazon Prime. It is down there, and I'm sure I've still got it on VHS somewhere. And this is the 10th one. And I'm pretty happy I picked this. I nearly watched Dolomite for the first time. But I've been doing some editing, so it's kind of like I want to pay attention a bit more to Dolomite as well. I was quite shocked at how little Eddie Murphy is on Netflix. So anyway, Vampire Brooklyn came along in 1995, and a lot of people were like, whoa, Eddie Murphy was shit hot in that. He had a massive run of Eddie Murphy movies in the early 90s. You know, Beverly Hills Cop, Free would come along, Metro, Distinguished Gentleman was Trail to Hell, Boomerang, you know, he had all this come. But then to throw Eddie Murphy into a horror movie directed by Wes Craven. Now Wes Craven had not yet done Scream. This is in Wes Craven was doing some random bits and bobs, and people forget he mainly directed this. This film has like Kadeem Hardison in it, John Witherspoon's in it as well. There's a lot, Dead Mike from CB4. From New Jack City's in this, so it's got a lot of breakout black actors in it as well. Eddie Murphy was born in Brooklyn. It's the first time Eddie Murphy had played a villain, and first movie Eddie Murphy gets killed in. Again, it's weird, because it's a hybrid. It's a right hybrid. The film, again, see, the film's sort of like Interview with the Vampire, which would have came around the same time, because Eddie Murphy like narrates the movie. It's got some great early visuals. He gets to Brooklyn, he gets his ghoul, Kadeem Hardison, who keeps falling to bits, and he goes after the girl. And again, a bit like what I was talking about with the what fucking film was it, with the fog? What film was I ranting on about the other day? When it doesn't work, the ghost story. Oh, Haunted Mansion, that's the one. Yeah, he comes to town, meets the girl, chases after her. It's got some really funny bits. I mean, there's a fucking dog gets killed in this, and a cat gets killed in this, in stupid ways. It's got a lot of blood and gore. Eddie Murphy, though, flipping characters, becomes the preacher, who's a very early version of Sherman Klump, I think. When he's like, get outside, and he gets everyone to keep chanting, be evil. And that's a proper turn of the movie, because there is some sinister bits. And Eddie Murphy, he's rocking Jean-Claude Van Damme's mullet from Hard Target in this. It's got his soul glow on it, just like kicking it with like yellow eyes when it needs to be. And there's some funny bits about vampirism and referencing Nosferatu and stuff. And then he plays a white gangster as well, and Eddie Murphy kills himself in it. That's quite funny. He's quite funny as well. He's the guy who shoots the cat, which is quite funny when it happens. I mean, I'm not down with Animal Crudely and all that, but yeah. I enjoyed it. I've seen it a few times now. I do own it somewhere. It hasn't seen the light of day on Blu-ray, and I think it's a Paramount movie as well, so it's sort of been lost in the vault. So there's been rumours for a while that Wes Craven went on and did a film called Cursed, which was about a werewolf. So in the middle of making the Screams, he made a film called Cursed. And when I watched it, and you've got Bowling for Soup at the start, and then werewolf giving the middle finger, you think, what the fuck? But then there's rumours that there's an alternative cut, and how much the studio interfered. Even Corey Feldman's meant to be in this alternative cut, and Killian was telling us that it's going to come out. So maybe Paramount will bring this out. It looks like they had a lot of great fun on it. It's a story of Eddie Murphy's wanted to tell, you know what I mean? So he didn't write anything till morbid later on, but so this is the very end. So I would say Vampire in Brooklyn's awesome. I've enjoyed that. It's funny. I'm sure it was in 18. Again, just the idea of Eddie Murphy being a vampire. I'm sorry, I've got an ear infection as well. So we had that. So let's go backwards. Wasn't too keen on morbid. I want to put that in the bad. Again, it's just, I think what hurt that film was just too much CGI. Again, looking at what the practical effects were in that, and again, some of the effects in Vampire in Brooklyn were better in Morbid. You know what I mean? Meet Dave. It's a what the fuck movie for the concept. There's little Eddie Murphy and his little space shuttle friends, and they come to Earth in a robot looking at Eddie Murphy. It's got some really, really funny laugh out loud moments. But again, it's kind of like, well, how would you not know to talk? You know, it's not like they're playing animated aliens inside their head and they're trying to fake looking like a human. So it's like, whatever. Coming to America. Eddie Murphy's best film, I think. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Nutty Professor, comical genius. It's aged really well. I was shocked it's a 12, like literally shocked it's a 12, but that shows how much talent Eddie Murphy has, along with Coming to America. I mean, all the films I've talked about there, Eddie Murphy's played reincarnations of himself. Happy Mansion. Haunted Mansion, I want it bad. I know Disney put a lot of stuff in there, and Eddie Murphy again, Donkey, bringing Eddie Murphy into a PG movie for Disney. It just shows you how Eddie Murphy went from being this loudmouth. He classed himself as playing Eddie. If you watch some of the making of Coming to America, but if you look at, like, you know, he was a guy who went out there and he dissed Michael Jackson, but then would be in Michael Jackson's videos with diss Mr. T and stuff, and some of the most outrageous stand-up you've ever seen from the 80s, channel a lot of stuff from Richard Pryor, to then being like sort of buddied up, then being buddied down to like being in a Disney movie. And there's nothing wrong with headlining a Disney movie. It's a bucket list for any actor because the paycheck, boom. I just think the film, especially when I listen to the comedy, I just think there was just too many people trying to make, you know, something golden when Pirates of the Caribbean had exploded, and that was based off a ride. They're doing it right now with, it's a Jungle Cruise with The Rock. So again, I just think it's a bad movie when you put in Eddie Murphy's, but it's good to see him because he would have got a good paycheck. I Spy, I didn't really enjoy that looking back at it really. That's still heavy. That is so heavy. Again, it wants to be buddying up, Eddie Murphy buddying up with Owen Wilson. It's that kind of concept idea. Metro, I enjoyed that. It should be Beverly Hills Cop 4, without a shadow of a doubt. It's a great little movie. The front cover, terrible, absolutely terrible. And last but not least, right back to the beginning, The Holy Man. Again, that weird transition of Bowfinger and Life. I mean, the rest of them are still there, like Pluto and Ash. You know what I mean? It's like trying to find where's he's going. See, a lot of these, like in that era, you look at stuff like Vampire in Brooklyn or Coming to America, where Eddie's been really like focused and this is the story he wants to tell. You can kind of look at the films where it's a buddy up, or then it's kind of like buddy ups. So for example, Bowfinger, Showtime, I Spy. But then you look at ones where, you know, Dr. Doolittle's a massive hit from, and Nutty Professor was as well, and you know, they're remakes, you know, and then you've got being chucked into like, right, this could work, that could work. But yeah, again, he's been quiet for a long time. Mr. Church he hadn't done anything for it was a long time, mind, and Mr. Church has never seen the light of day. Dolomite is his big comeback, and then we're going to get Coming to America too when the world gets right again. But for now, I would say see you in the outtakes, but yeah, this has been volume 2 of Eddie Murphy. I believe the next one it'll be either John Cusack and Nicolas Cage, because their collections are building up. It's probably going to be John Cusack, to be honest with you, because I bought a load. But yeah, it's been Good, the Bad and the What the Fox for Eddie Murphy, volume 2. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I can count to 10. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, there's a lot going on. You see in the outtakes, I'm trying to move all this to the new house. That's my excuse for not being able to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's my excuse. So, in my excuse, what is the 10th film? Right, so I'm watching Raw. Eddie Murphy, genius. Delirious beforehand, you know, and then Raw. Just absolutely brilliant. From his crack with Mr. T to Michael Jackson, just brilliant. I mean, just need digitally restoring. Some funny outtakes with Raw. Both of them are about Raw, actually, in the outtakes. But I'm sitting here chuckling my head off. I'm editing the video. I've just added in the Coming to America still on top. I'm just going to chuck this in, just so I can wrap this video up tonight. It's one of the last things I film. It's quite emotional because the room's coming down, but what better way to have a few beers and saying, you know, watching Raw, editing, and just laughing. Eddie Murphy, you're a fucking genius, you're a legend, and thanks very much. End of the video, a few outtakes for you. Thanks for watching. Raw's awesome. Goodbye for now. Here's the outtake that says, thanks for watching, goodbye for now. It's the outtakes. It is the outtakes. Oh, so I'm going to have to probably buy a lot of Eddie Murphy's other films. Oh, like 48 hours and another 48 hours. The Shreks, there you go, just watch all 4 Shreks. The 2 48 hours, there's 6. Delirious and Raw. I keep thinking, like, to be honest with you, I keep thinking Delirious is behind here for some reason. There's a stand-up section. I must have made a stand-up section. So you got Robin Williams live on Broadway there. You've got Martin Lawrence live, Reggie D. Hunter live, Suspect Zero, don't fucking remember that. I think that was one of the, yeah. Because it's weird, because I've normally been quite alright. Comedies were alright there, everything else seemed to went that way. But yeah, oh, I'm gonna have to put some eardrops in. I don't know if it was this video. I might have been, I don't know. It was one video I was filming lately, and it can only be the filming of this one, but I generally thought I was shouting because I had eardrops in. Note to self, don't ever film with eardrops in. Hello! Oh god, I don't think there's any other outtakes, but this is now done. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now. Right, this is the very end of the Good, the Bad and the What the Fox for the one and only Eddie Murphy. Now, if you wipe down the side of the screen, Coming to America is coming out in Steelbook, and what does that cover? Like, seriously. Wipe down the... What does that cover? So there's 2 different covers. I'm not sure which one's which. And then there's Beverly Hills just coming out. Eddie Murphy sitting in his car with his gun. Pew, pew. So, get rid of that. This is the very end of the video, and then there is another video of an unboxing filmed on my phone of when my friend Jack brought around this massive bag of DVDs, and it is quite funny. Check it out, there's some really funny bits in, because again it's a blind unboxing. But one of the first things I got out was this, and I haven't actually opened this to have a look at it. Love that iconic this of Eddie Murphy in his eyes. Coming to America, Trading Places, and Raw. So I've got Raw somewhere, definitely, but I've got nowhere near 10 Eddie Murphy films. I just want to have a look inside this. Wow, Paramore. Again, I probably loved that in Coming to America, where it just went over the hill to the Zamunda. That's a really nice... Whoa! Well, Beverly Hills Cop 3. is in there. That's so fucking right. Like Beverly Hills Cop was not in Jack's collection, so it's quite, it was like we watching. There's a copy of Aliens, and when I opened up, there's 2 discs, and I paused, and like Britt looks at us because Britt was filming. I was like, it's the same fucking disc, but like in the box. But yeah, it's just fucking weird, right? If you look at that, Trading Places. There you go. Raw, and then Coming America slapped on a fucking grass disc. Why would you not make the extra fucking effort with that if you're going to make it a nice little box set? Is it the Paramount collection or is it the fucking Eddie Murphy collection? Fuck me. Oh, I better put that disc back in there. Where did I put the box? There it is. Just look for them eyes. But yeah, it's the very end of the video. Thank you very much, Jack. Check out the other video. Goodbye for now. Hiya and welcome to the Eddie Murphy, the Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks outtake for Eddie Murphy Volume 2. I'm in the new house and brick piling the DVDs. It's only half the DVDs. There's been a few I've been looking for, makes a difference, like the goods and stuff. The stuff that me and Brittany have been talking about, and I was going, right, I'll take it out. And I've just got this here. I said, what the fuck's that? And then I realised it's fucking, it's Raw, 25th anniversary. It's a video footage years ago. I'm not going to bother finding it, sorry. But obviously I've been looking for that, and obviously no wonder I couldn't find it on the shelf there. So yeah, it's the 25th anniversary as a flip cover. But yeah, found it. Anyway, next outtake. Here's an outtake for the Eddie Murphy. The Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks. It's getting weird. Since Raw's had an outtake, Delirious should too as well. Strictly for adults only. Small box VHS. Like, a lot of collectors go after these, the stripy ones. Eddie Murphy on stage, live on stage, Delirious. Very sought after. I've already talked about this in Eddie Murphy's. I'm a little bit pissed, I will imagine. White reel there. It'll be amazing if Eddie Murphy did a comeback special. Hey, I'm Candyman. There was an announcement the other day that Coming to America 2 trailer would drop soon. So Coming to America 2 is happening. It just seems to have disappeared off IMDb. So yeah, next outtake. You're a fucking asshole. Here's an outtake for you. Not only have I almost been missing from this video, it's fucking pissing down, and I'm gonna go and look at some fucking grass. Motherfucker, let's go and stand in the grass. Wait, jump cut, put the light on. Here we are, we're outside. It's fucking pissing down. Let me know it. This view. Grass. Grass, look at the grass. Do you see the grass? Right, goodbye.